A lot of us as black men, like, yeah, we may have issues with our pops, but a lot of us got mother wounds, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of us got mother wounds, and we don't want to admit it because either mom's was home and she was the one taking care of us, so it's like, damn, how could I say?
How could you say it's because of him?
Pops wasn't home, so how could I have a problem with you? Or mom's was the breadwinner. In my case, my mom was the breadwinner. So it's like, damn, like, how am I going to say you didn't do enough when you basically did everything you could to make sure that we was good? You get what I'm saying?
And I think that's the most interesting space that we find ourselves in as men throughout our lives is because, again, mom is seen as a strength, as a beacon of long suffering, a beacon of like, foresight and carrying on. You never seen a carry on like that ever.
Yeah.
Right. While most fathers move on, you know what I'm saying, and what have you. And this is true. But when I wrote my album, Sorry Mom's Distracted, you heard me, and I had conversations with my mother I never had before. I'll never forget we had one conversation where I was talking to her about like how certain things made me feel. Like it was when I was writing that album that I called Miss Johnson out the blue. And I told her how kicking me out made me feel, and I had never told her that before. But for years, I've bought her presents, I've bought her purses, I've tell her Happy Mother's Day, but I had never told her, Ms. Johnson, when you kicked me out, that broke me. And you would think like, why wouldn't you tell her that? Because I want to subtract
the negative.
Right. I don't want to make you think I'm not grateful or I don't appreciate. So a lot of us men don't know we don't know how to do it, how to articulate it in a way to where, no, I'm grateful for you, I'm grateful for all this, but it doesn't change my experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I say this all the time. You know how people are like, man, I'm a product of my environment. No, you are the environment. And when we realize we are the environment, you become an environment, you're a whole ecosystem. I'm an ecosystem. And people react to environments. My mom carrying on and working 12 hours, from 4 to 12 at night every day and all that. Yes. But that doesn't excuse my experience.
Yeah.
And how that makes me feel. And some of us men don't get to a place where we can articulate that without anger, or without frustration, or without suppression, or without, half of the brethren I know that are out here, either taking penitentiary chances or B, you know what I'm saying, having sex with multiple women and dogging women. It just really hurt, bro. You're hurt. And don't know how to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because, and most of the times, the woman who hurt you, is your mother or your aunt or your grandma, somebody who you love dearly, but you seen another man hurt them. So you don't want to be that person.
Right.
But you also don't want to, so now we go through life projecting, you know what I'm saying, onto somebody else's daughter. The same things that we know that we don't want a man to do at our mom.
Right.
One thing my last relationship helped me do was stop.
How?
One, I was forced to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When I say forced, I mean, I definitely could have kept repeating. I could have responded totally different to this, brother.
Yeah.
You hear me? I could say, man, that ain't where I'm finna go back to being a bachelor, man. I'm finna go ahead and, I'm finna, FD, I'm finna, I could. But it forced me to stop because, again, mirror moments, man, like reflective moments and seeing the ugliest parts of you but knowing that's not who you want to be. So it's a level of honesty, but it forced me to stop because I had that foundation, you know what I mean, that I had. I was forced to sit myself down. I was forced to ask myself hard questions. But inadvertently, it pointed me back to my root system and where did this all start? I got tired of hurting people, bro. I got tired of hurting people because I'm hurt. And when you realize you hurt somebody who you really love, you hurt somebody you really love, you know what I mean?
It's the worst feeling,
It's the worst feeling, bro.
Yeah.
When it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've had one where we like, you know what I mean? And that's unfortunate because we shouldn't be hurting anybody.
Yeah.
But when it's real and you realize you hurt somebody, And like I said, I know people want to act all tough and poised, and you heard me, and show all strength and all that. I'm that too, but I'm that because I chose to free myself, liberate myself, emancipate myself, and be honest, bro. There's power when you come to a place where you can say, "I'm tired of hurting people because I'm hurt. I'm tired of it, bro. I don't want to do it anymore." You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a part of anybody else's hurt. So I stopped. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy. I'm not going to lie, bro. I ain't one of them. One of the hardest things I've ever done. Stop. Stop all of it.
And what does that look like for you? What do you mean by stop? Like, was it like pursuing other people? Was it like...
One, just on the internal level, stop lying, dog. Stop lying about your story. Not even just lying. Like, people... Like, you ain't lying because, I didn't tell the truth. Bro, you're lying about your journey, bro. You're hurt. Who hurt you? Stop lying. Sometimes when we freeing everybody else, we holding ourselves in contempt, bro. Free yourself. Tell the truth. I had to go to my mom and say, "You hurt me." You heard me? Miss House, you hurt me. That hurt.
Because you were lying to try and avoid having the conversation.
Right, and lying. What I learned about lying, it's like a poison ivy. It's like a web, bro. Like, because you gotta continue that. You know what I mean? Because it becomes a facade. Like, no, I'm hurt. Like, I've been hurt for a long time. So, finally getting to a place to admit, like, no, that hurt. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that everybody who I called and said you hurt me freed me. I'm not saying I ain't gonna lie to you. Some was like, okay. My mom was like, boy, you don't know what I had to do, when I had to survive, what I had to do.
Some people are not going to be receptive to it.
But that's on them.
That's on them.
That's on them. Well, as men and as people in general, but as men for sure, we got to get to a place where we can stop lying, brother. I know this world wants you to be hard every day and poised every day and gangster every day. And you know what I'm saying? And you heard me, chest out every day, head up every day. Man, you hurt, brother. You know what I'm saying? And when you can admit that and be honest about that, then you can stop and go to the root. Who hurt me? And I started reading this book that was recommended to me. What Happened to You by Bruce D. Perry and Oprah Winfrey. Okay. And that book really impacted my life greatly because even just the title that changes the question of what's wrong with you or what happened to you? What happened to you, sister? You know what I'm saying? What happened, brother?
Bro, I need you to pause there real quick because that's a very important reframing. Something wrong with you.
Right.
Something happened to you that caused something.
Right. And the thing with men, for sure, is because we are action items looked at as our actions, we can't wait for somebody else to give us permission to go figure out what happened to us. Because, in most cases, if we try to do it while we're in something or while we're actively doing, that's why it's important to stop. It's going to look like you're trying to gloss over your actions and what you actually doing. No, you're hurting this woman. You hurting this. Yes, you hurting your kids. You hurting somebody.